I am Dr. Mohammad Bakshu, working as lecturer in botany, PVKN Government College, Chittoor. Today we are discussing about the family Euphorbiaceae among the angiosperms. The important learning objectives of the present lesson are to understand the general characters of the family Euphorbiaceae, to learn about the vegetative characters, to learn about the floral characters and floral diagrams, to learn about the economic importance of family Euphorbiaceae. Let us start with the discussion of systematic position of the family Euphorbiaceae. Bentham and Hooker classified the Euphorbiaceae family members as follows. It belongs to class Dicotyledonnae, subclass Monoclamidae, order Unisexualis, and family Euphorbiaceae. Euphorbiaceae is commonly known as the Spurge family. It comprises about 7,500 species among the 275 genera of flowering plants distributed primarily in the tropics. The flowers are typically unisexual and are borne in a characteristic cluster known as cyathea. Many species contains milky latex and some are useful as a source of oil or wax. Now let us discuss about the various species distributed in Euphorbiaceae family. They are generally present in the local areas. For example, Acalypha hispida, Acalypha indica, Codium variegatum, Emblica officinalis, Euphorbia antiquorum, Euphorbia milli, Euphorbia nerifolia, Euphorbia thirukalli, Euphorbia pulcherrima, Hevia brasiliensis, Jatropha gossypifolia, Jatropha curcas, Mallotus philippensis, Pedilanthes tetymaloides, Phyllanthus neruri, Ricinus communis, etc. Here we can see the important flowering plants of Euphorbiaceae members. The very common plant is Ricinus communis. Commonly it is known as castor oil plant. In Telugu it is called Amudamu. This plant is called Phyllanthus emblica. It is called gooseberry. In Telugu it is called Usirikaya. This plant is Sicca acida. In Telugu it is called Chinna Usirikaya. In this slide we are observing two plants. The first plant is Clistanthus colinus. In Telugu it is called Odisaku. The second plant is Mallotus philippensis. In Telugu it is called Kunkuma Puvu or Kamala dye plant. These plants are Jatropha curcas and Jatropha gossypifolia. Here we can see two plants in this slide. One is Euphorbia hirta, which is called Reddivari Nanubalu, and another plant is Euphorbia thirukalli. In Telugu it is called Kalli Chettu. These two plants are generally used as ornamental plants. One is Euphorbia heterophylla and another one is Euphorbia milli. In this slide we are also observing the two plants Acalypha hispida and Euphorbia nerifolia. These are also used as ornamental plants. Here we can also see the ornamental plants like Poinsettia pulcherrima and Acalypha wilkesiana. These two plants also ornamental plants which are especially xerophytic plants. Pedilanthes tetymaloides and Euphorbia knacki. In this slide we are observing Acalypha indica called Muripinda in Telugu, Croton Bamplandianum, Galivar Mokka are very common plants present in our surroundings. In this slide we are observing Phyllanthus amarus, which is called Nela Usiri, and Phyllanthus madraspatensis, which are also common in our areas. The family Euphorbiaceae and its members are distributed throughout the world. The family is represented by herbs, shrubs, trees, and small trees, etc. Euphorbia hipta, Euphorbia timifolia, Euphorbia heterophylla, Euphorbia elegans, Phyllanthus neruri, Croton, Acalypha indica, etc. representing the herbaceous habit. Euphorbia pulcherrima and Euphorbia splendens are ornamental shrubs, whereas Euphorbia anticorum or Euphorbia royalina and Euphorbia thirukalli looks like a cactus-like plants. Phyllanthus emblica, Mallotus philippensis, Putrangiva roxburghae, etc. representing the tree habit. Ricinus communis, Hevea brasiliensis are small trees, whereas Trazia involucrata is a tropical climber. Most of the members of the family Euphorbiaceae exhibit secretion of latex. The Euphorbiaceae members exhibit taproot system. The roots of Monihut italissima, tuberous roots which store starch in its roots, which are edible. It is also called Carra pendulum. The stems are usually woody in case of trees and shrubs, herbaceous, and some are climbers like in Trazia. Xylophylla possess flat phylloclades. The stem is branched, cylindrical, angular or flat. Ricinus communis possess hollow stems. Many stems possess spines. Euphorbia species exhibit fleshy, green, cactus-like stems. The leaves are generally simple and arranged in alternate, whereas in Euphorbia hipta they exhibit opposite decussate. The Pedilanthes thibethymeloides, the leaves arranged alternatively in the lower region of the plant, whereas the opposite in floral region. Usually the leaves are simple, but in some plants they deeply incised, like Ricinus communis and Monihut. Many Euphorbia plants, the leaves are scaly and caducous. In many cases, leaves are reduced to spines, but in few cases, leaves are replaced by cladodes. Leaves are stipulate, whereas in Jatropha, the stipules become branched and hair-like. In many Euphorbia species, they are represented by glands or spines. In Acalypha and Ricinus, the leaves exhibit mosaic appearance. Now we will discuss about the floral characters, starting from the inflorescence. The members of the Euphorbiaceae members exhibit racemose inflorescence like in Croton, cymose inflorescence in Mallotus. Sometimes the genus like Euphorbia and Poinsettia exhibit a special type of inflorescence called cyathium. It is a modification of cymose inflorescence. The cyathium inflorescence consisting a cup-like inflorescence which is modified from the bracts, contains unisexual flowers. The bracts are being arranged like a perianth. The perianthless male flowers, represented by the stalked stamens, are found arranged around the central stalked female flower. The female flower is also perianthless and consists of gynoecium only. A single gland found on the cup-like perianth called involucre. The complete inflorescence looks like a single flower. As we now discussed, the cyathium inflorescence looks like a single flower in which centrally located female flower is hanged out, called pendulous female flower, surrounded by the many male flowers. Each male flowers consisting only single stamen with the centrally located node-like structure, indicating each stamen is a male flower. In some plants like Acalypha, the inflorescence is catkin type, whereas in Croton and Ricinus, the flowers arranged in terminal racemes. In Jatropha, the inflorescence is cymose type and the flowers are arranged in terminal cymes. In Moniheart, the flowers are being arranged in racemes. The flowers are always unisexual. They are much reduced and they may be monoecious or dioecious. In Euphorbia species, each male flower is represented by a single stalked stamen. The flowers are incomplete, regular, actinomorphic and hypogynous. As we discussed now, in majority of the cases, the perianth is absent, means either calyx or corolla are absent. In Euphorbia hirta, both the wholes of calyx and corolla are absent. In Ricinus communis, the calyx is present and the corolla is absent. But calyx and corolla are present in Croton and Jatropha species. The perianth lobes in Acalypha indica is represented by 4 minute cephaloid petals. In Phyllanthus, only cephaloid perianth is present. In Euphorbia, the perianth is present and represented by tiny scaly structures. The perianth consists of 4 to 5 petals. The calyx and corolla consist of 4 to 5 sepals or petals. The estivation is valvate or imbricate. Now, if you observe these two diagrams, the diagram number 1 gives the floral details of the Euphorbia hirta, in which all the floral details are given, and you may also come across in your practical sessions. Here, the inflorescence is represented by the cyathium, and the floral formula is also given in the next diagram. In floral diagram, you can see a centrally located tricarpellary syncarpous ovary surrounded by the many stamens which are arranged in scorpioid cyme. Whereas in the next diagram, Croton blondianum, the floral diagram is representing 2 types of flowers. In male flowers, both calyx and corolla are present, whereas in female flower, only calyx is present. In male flower, gynoecium or ovary is absent, whereas in female flower, the petals as well as stamens are absent. The same is represented in the floral formula of respective plants. When you come to the details of the floral characters, the androecium in Euphorbia genus is a single stalked stamen represented by a single male flower. In Ricinus species, usually 5 stamens are present. Each stamen is profusely branched. In Jatropha, they are arranged in 2 whorls, each of 5 stamens. The stamens are indefinite in Croton. The filaments may be free or united. The anthers are dithecous. They dehisce either by apical pore or by the transverse or longitudinal slits. The gynoecium of the Euphorbia members represented by tricarpellary syncarpous trilocular ovary with 3 styles and 6 stigmas. The ovary is superior called hypogynous. Each locule contains one or two pendulous anatropous ovules on axial placentation. In most of the euphorbiaceae members, the fruits are schizocarpic. The fruits break violently and dehiscence into three one-seeded cocci. Such type of fruit is called regma, which is characteristic feature of Ricinus communis. The species of Trevia and Bridelia bear drupe fruit. Phyllanthus emblica also bears drupe. The seeds of euphorbiaceae members are endospermic. In Ricinus, caruncle develops from the micropyle. The cattyledons either lie flat or folded within the endosperm. When come to the pollination, it is entomophilous, that is, through the agency of insects. In many species, the leaves and bracts became colored and showy to attract the insects. Cross-pollination takes place. Anemophilia also observed. The Euphorbiaceae family members are highly economical. They are used as source of food and oils. For example, Moneyhat esculenta or Moneyhat utilicea gives starchy food from its tuberous roots. Some plants give wood oil, artist oil, and other drying oils. These oils are used in paints. These oils are extracted from the seeds of several species. As we discussed, the Euphorbiaceae members are edible plants. For example, Moneyhat utilicea is storing starch food material in their roots. It is extensively cultivated in tropics. Some cultivars are with high hydrogen cyanide concentration, bitter cassava, and others with low concentration of HCN in sweet cassava. The poisonous juice is squeezed out and is used as antiseptic and preserving the meat. The fruits of Emblica officinalis are rich in vitamin C and used for scurvy disease. They are also used to make pickle. Phyllanthus emblica, which is called amla, which is one of the important component in Triphala of Ayurvedic drugs, which is having vitamin C content. And rubber is obtained from Hevea brasiliensis, which is a commonly grown in Kerala for their latex. Most of the Euphorbiaceae members are having medicinal importance. The castor oil obtained from the seeds of Ricinus communis are used medicinally as a cleansing agent. The seeds of Croton tiglium are the source of croton oil used as purgative. The fruits of Phyllanthus neruri, called Nela usuri, find their application in the treatment of jaundice or urinary troubles. Sometimes the entire plant also given for the treatment. Acalypha indica controls skin diseases and also used in the snake bites as antidotes. The roots of Jatropha gossypifolia are employed against leprosy and as antidote for the snake bites. Some of the Euphorbiaceae members are used for the extraction of dyes. For example, Mallotus philippensis gives Kamala dye. Chrozophora tinctoria, Sapium species are also used in the dyeing of silks. Candela wax is obtained from the stems of Euphorbia antisyphilitica. Castor oil is obtained from the seeds of Ricinus communis, is used as lubricant and illumination oil. The seeds contain oil which is used in paint or varnish industry. The seeds yield an oil used as soap industry, and oil cakes are used in cattle feeding or in fertilizer. Dear students, You can also get some more information from your academic textbooks and following to some of the websites given here. Dear students, thank you very much for watching the entire video. You can get some other details from your textbooks. E4BAC is one of the important family in angiospermic glands.